Welcome back to Car Crazier. Today, we're driving into the future by looking at a true icon reborn. Welcome back to another day here on Car Craze, where we're driving into the future while taking a wild detour through motocross history. Today's deep dive is all about a legend that refuses to die. The 2007 Honda CR250R. Now you're probably wondering, what's the 2026 twist? Well, stick around, because in 2026, this dirt bike icon is more alive than ever, thanks to loyal fans, aftermarket innovation, and a resurgence in two-stroke culture. Whether you're new to the sport or you grew up with premix in your veins, the CR250R's story is one every rider should hear. Let's rewind. The Honda CR250R first rolled onto the motocross scene in 1973. Over the next 3 decades, it became a benchmark in off-road performance, a bike that combined raw power with razor-sharp handling. By the time the final model was released in 2007, it had seen over 30 years of evolution. And then, just like that, Honda pulled the plug. With 4 strokes taking over the race scene, the 2-stroke era seemed over. But true legends don't go quietly. The 2007 CR250R was the last of its kind, a liquid-cooled 249cc 2-stroke beast with an aluminium frame, advanced suspension, and a reputation for being both brutal and beautiful. It was light, fast, and simple. No effort, no traction control, no ride modes, just throttle, clutch, and a whole lot of adrenaline. So, why are we talking about it in 2026? Because nearly 20 years later, the CR250R is still one of the most talked about, raced, and rebuilt bikes in the world. Riders and builders are taking these 2-stroke machines and giving them a second life, sometimes better than they ever were from the factory. With modern parts, updated geometry, and even custom FX conversions, the CR250R is thriving in garages and racetracks from California to Queensland. Let's break down what makes the 2007 model so special. First, the engine. The CR250R's 2-stroke power plant was designed for pure aggression. You get instant throttle response, high RPM snap, and that unmistakable 2-stroke scream. The 2007 version used Honda's electronic power valve system, or HPP, to manage exhaust flow and maintain torque across the rev range. It wasn't perfect. Many riders claimed the mid-range felt a little flat compared to older models, but it was still a powerhouse in the right hands. Then there's the frame. Honda switched to an aluminium twin-spar chassis in 1997, refining it over the next decade. By 2007, the frame was light, stiff, and race-ready. It gave the CR250R its trademark handling, quick in the corners, stable over jumps, and razor-sharp when weaving through tight sections. It was the kind of bike that rewarded skill and punished hesitation. Suspension was handled by Showa, with 47mm inverted forks up front and a Pro-Link rear shock. Fully adjustable, solid performance, and still respected in today's retro mod world. If you know how to dial in your settings, this suspension can easily go toe-to-toe with newer setups. And the weight? Just 213 pounds wet. Let that sink in. We're talking about a bike that weighs less than most modern 250 FS, with more explosive power and fewer moving parts. It's no wonder the CR250R is still a favorite for riders who want that connected feel, where the bike becomes an extension of you, not a machine that thinks for you. But here's where 2026 gets interesting. Over the last few years, we've seen a wave of 2-stroke revivals, brands reissuing parts, small manufacturers creating billet engine cases, carbon fiber subframes, digital ignitions, and even electric start kits for bikes like the CR250R. Some builders have gone even further, designing custom fuel injection systems to modernize the power delivery while keeping the 2-stroke character intact. There are even entire racing leagues and series that cater exclusively to 2-stroke bikes. With the CR250R often at the front of the pack, riders are mixing modern suspension like Kaibe's SS forks or WP's Act systems with the lightweight CR frame, building hybrids that turn heads and set lap times. In 2026, the CR250R isn't just a collector's item, it's a weapon, and it's back in competition. Want to know the best part? You don't need a brand new bike to experience this level of performance. A solid used 2007 CR250R, combined with the right upgrades, can rival the handling and speed of many modern four-strokers for a fraction of the price. That's value, and that's freedom. No valve adjustments, no timing chains, no 10-hour rebuild intervals. Just mix your fuel, kick it over, and go. Now, let's talk about some of the 2026 Hero upgrades riders are using to transform these machines. First off, suspension. Most builders start by swapping in newer forks. A 2006 2024 Kaibe's SS forks are a popular choice. With better damping, lighter internals, and improved adjustability, they transform how the bike feels in the rough. Next, the engine. Porting is still the go-to for extracting more power, but modern tuners are using 3D scanning and CNC machines to blueprint and optimize flow characteristics. Aftermarket ignitions from companies like Vortex or JD are letting riders fine-tune power delivery down to the RPM. Some tuners are even retrofitting throttle body injection for more linear delivery, though this remains more of a high-end mod. Chassis-wise, modern swing arms, billet engine mounts, and lighter wheels have all found their way into CR250R builds. The result: a bike that rides like it was built yesterday but still has that raw, two-stroke DNA that riders crave. Tires, gearing, and brakes have also evolved. Slapping on oversized rotors, modern dual compound tires, and lighter sprockets helps close the gap between 2007 and now. And with companies reproducing plastics and graphics kits that honor the original Honda style, these builds look as good as they ride. What's fascinating is how many younger riders, some born after the CR250R was discontinued, are now chasing these bikes. They're tired of electronics, tired of the complexity, tired of the weight. And they're discovering that something as simple as a two-stroke can still deliver the purest, most exciting ride out there. Even YouTube and social media are fueling the CR250R's revival. Builders are documenting frame-off restorations, porting experiments, and dyno runs. Riders are sharing how they picked up a forgotten CR in a barn, stripped it down, and built their dream bike. The community is thriving, and the content is incredible. In 2026, the CR250R is more than a bike, it's a movement. Of course, the CR250R isn't for everyone. If you're a weekend trail rider or someone who likes plush low-end power and quiet exhaust notes, a modern four-stroke might be your better bet. Two-strokes take finesse. They hit hard, require more clutch work, and can be a handful if you're not used to them. But for those who get a tar, there's nothing else like it. And that's why we're talking about it today. Because in a world of electric motorcycles, ride modes, and automatic shifting, there's something refreshingly honest about a 2007 CR250R. It's a machine that demands your input. It rewards aggression. And it keeps reminding us that sometimes simple really is better. So whether you're restoring one, racing one, or just dreaming about building one, the CR250R is more than nostalgia. It's a reminder of how fun motorcycles can be when they're built to be ridden, not just engineered to impress. Thanks for tuning in to Car Craze. If you've got a CR250R in your garage or just wish you'd either, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your stories, your mods, and your favorite two-stroke memories. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives, ride reviews, and vintage versus modern shootouts. Until next time, keep it pinned, keep it clean, and stay crazy about cars and bikes. ergonomics. Harley-Davidson XR750. If you thought the XR750 was a relic of racing history, think again. Harley-Davidson has brought back its legendary flat-track machine, not as a museum piece, but as a modern performance motorcycle ready to tear up the streets and maybe even a few dirt ovals. Buckle up, because this ride is anything but ordinary. The XR750 has a rich legacy. Originally introduced in 1970 to dominate AMA Grand National flat track racing, the XR750 quickly made a name for itself as the most winning motorcycle in AMA history. From Evel Knievel's stunt shows to countless race wins, it carved a permanent place in the story of American motorsports. The XR750 wasn't just fast, it was raw, lightweight, purpose-built, and endlessly cool. And for decades, fans have been asking, when will Harley bring it back? Well, the wait is over. The 2026 XR750 is finally here, and Harley-Davidson has delivered something bold, authentic, and aggressive. This isn't a cruiser. It's not a laid-back V-twin for highway comfort. This is a stripped-down, track-inspired street fighter that brings old-school flat-track DNA into the 21st century. Let's talk design. The first thing you notice is the bike's minimalist stance. It's long, lean, and aggressive, with a low fuel tank that pays tribute to the original XR's silhouette. The single-seat, high-mounted exhaust, and stubby rear fender are all nods to the bike's racing heritage. But everything has been updated for modern performance. LED lighting, lightweight alloy components, and premium finishes show that this is a serious machine with modern priorities. Harley could have gone the easy route and slapped the XR750 name on a retro-styled Sportster. But that's not what this is. The 2026 XR750 is built on an entirely new chassis that's optimized for agility and stiffness. The frame is a lightweight trellis design, built for sharp cornering and quick transitions. It's a bike that wants to lean, carve, and accelerate hard out of every turn. Powering the XR750 is a next-generation Revolution Max V-twin engine. Harley hasn't released exact specs yet, but early estimates suggest it's a 750cc liquid-cooled engine pushing close to 100 horsepower. More importantly, the torque curve is tuned for instant throttle response and low-end punch, just what you want for short-track thrills and fast urban riding. The engine is mounted low for a better center of gravity, which helps keep the bike planted and flickable. The suspension setup is race-grade. Up front, you've got inverted forks with full adjustability. In the rear, a piggyback monoshock gives you high-speed control and road feel. Whether you're pushing it at the track or just navigating your favorite back roads, the XR750 is built to perform. Braking is equally serious, with radial-mounted calipers and large rotors that provide stopping power worthy of its speed. Now, let's talk electronics. This isn't a ride-by-wire digital spaceship, but it's no bare-bones throwback either. You get ABS, selectable riding modes, and traction controller smartly implemented, and all designed to enhance rather than interfere with the riding experience. Harley's digital dash is clean and customizable, offering real-time feedback without overwhelming you. No huge touchscreen, no flashy animations, just pure function with a modern edge. What makes the XR750 truly exciting, though, is what it represents. Harley-Davidson is clearly aiming to win back younger riders and performance enthusiasts. The XR750 isn't about chrome, saddlebags, or loud pipes for the sake of being loud. It's about connection between rider and machine, between throttle and rear wheel, and between Harley's racing past and its performance-driven future. And it's not just a performance statement, it's a cultural one. The XR750 brings a gritty, blue-collar attitude back into Harley's lineup. It's a bike for riders who grew up watching flat-track races, who want more than a lifestyle brand, they want something that rips. It's raw, fast, and unapologetically aggressive. You don't ride the XR750 to relax. You ride it to wake up your senses and feel alive. If you're wondering how it stacks up against the competition, Think Ducati Scrambler Desert Sled, Yamaha XSR700, or maybe even the Indian FTR. But here's the thing, the Harley doesn't try to be European. It's distinctly American. That V-twin bark, that flat track silhouette, that unique blend of minimalism and muscle, it's all Harley. But this time, it's wrapped in real performance. Harley is offering the XR750 in a few different trim levels, including a base model, a track-ready R variant with performance upgrades, and a limited edition heritage livery that pays tribute to the original 1970s race bikes. Pricing hasn't been officially confirmed, but we are hearing starting figures around $13,000, with the higher trims climbing into the $16A 17K range. Given the components and design, it's not cheaper, but it's right in line with other performance-oriented naked bikes. Early reviewers who've had the chance to test pre-production models are calling the new XR750 a return to form for Harley-Davidson. It's a bike that feels alive, connected, and responsive. It doesn't try to be all things to all riders, and that's exactly why it works. It knows what it is, a stripped-down, American flat-track street weaponer, and it leans into that identity hard. If you're watching this and thinking, but I'm not a flat-track racer, don't worry. The 2026 XR750 isn't just for racers. It's for anyone who wants a street bike that feels like a race bike. It's for riders who love torque, quick handling, and a stripped-down aesthetic. It's for people who've always admired Harley's legacy, but never found a bike that matched their performance mindset. And if this is a sign of things to come from Harley-Davidson, we're excited. It's proof that Harley can honor its roots without being stuck in the past. The XR750 is fast, modern, and built with soul. It's the kind of bike that makes you look back every time you park it. It's not just a motorcycle, it's a statement. So what's next for the XR750? We expect Harley will support it with an entire ecosystem, performance parts, riding gear, maybe even a flat-track inspired accessories package. There's also speculation that Harley might launch a spec racing series based on the new XR750, designed to bring young riders into the brand and reignite interest in American flat-track competition. If that happens, it could mean a whole new generation of Harley racers and fans. In closing, the 2026 Harley-Davidson XR750 isn't about nostalgia. It's about evolution. It takes the raw spirit of one of the most successful race bikes ever made and reimagines it for today's roads. It's fast, focused, and full of attitude. And in a world full of safe, calculated designs, the XR750 stands out for one reason: it dares to be different. Whether you're a lifelong Harley fan or just discovering the brand for the first time, the XR750 gives you a reason to get excited. It's not about loud pipes or cruiser vibes. It's about what made motorcycles cool in the first place: speed, style, and soul. Thanks for watching Car Craze. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Would you ride the XR750? Is this the Harley we've been waiting for? And don't forget to subscribe, because we've got more deep dives, reviews, and test rides coming your way, right here on the channel. Ride safe, ride smart, and we'll see you in the next one.